Well, hello there, everybody. This is Nicole with Cowgirls and Spurs. Look who's live. I got a day off from all the showings, and the first thing I did was put together a craft to bring to you. I am so thrilled. So, after you start popping on, say hi. I know my notifications just went out. It's hot here, and so I'm on my deck trying to get a little bit of shade, and I have a really fun craft I think is going to be it's going to be fun. I'm really excited about it. So I hope everybody's well. It is the 27th of August. August is almost done. You guys, we're headed into fall. Saturday is the craft-a-thon. Are you guys ready? Have you signed up? I put all my links up above or down below, however it applies to your screen. I want to give you guys a couple announcements before I dive into this one. The doors are closing on the Cowgirl Workshop. That is my private membership group. It's cowgirlsandspurs.com/membership. I introduced an introductory membership rate for you guys as I opened up the workshop and got started in the workshop. It's getting ready to close. It's going to close the 31st of this month, and I believe that's Monday night. I'm closing it, and I'm going to close it until the next craft-a-thon. That's 2 more months. So, and the price is going to go up. So you guys want to get into that because that's where all my behind the scenes creative juices, recipes, trademarks, signature things, all that stuff goes into the workshop. Okay, I'm talking really fast. Everybody's popping on. Hello, hello. Thank you, you guys. Thank you. I'm worn out. I put makeup on so you guys wouldn't see exactly how worn out I am. Sorry about that. We have had 2 to 3 showings a day, so it's been a whirlwind of stuff, but it looks like we're running into the end, and it looks like there's some interested offers coming in. So, all right, win-win on that one. All right. What else do I need to tell you? Okay, so I put the Craft-a-thon VIP access link in my information. I put my website, the membership, I put it all in there. So you guys, this is a big week for me. Tomorrow's my husband's birthday. We have a couple showings already scheduled. We're going to do a little birthday barbecue for him, and then I'm going to be prepping for the Craft-a-thon Saturday night. My time slot, you need to hear this. I'm bringing in the rear again on Saturday night's presenters. It will be 7:40 Pacific Standard Time. I will be going live on my page, and Miss Melanie Ferguson is going to pick up my live and drop it into her VIP craft group, which is fallcraftathon.com. If you want to have VIP access to all the presenters, there are 2 days worth this time. In the last 2 craftathons I've been in, there's been 1 day of presenters. There have been so many bigwigs that have been coming forward that there's double the amount of presenters almost, so she opened it up to 2 days. I couldn't be more excited. So I'm the final presenter on Saturday, 7:40 Pacific Standard Time, 9:40 Central Standard Time, and I'm sorry for my East Coasters, 10:40 Eastern Standard Time, but if you can do it, take a nap, do whatever you can to support me. That would be wonderful. I would love it. Okay, let's get to crafting. Now, I don't normally go for dollar store stuff, but sometimes when I want to embellish what I do normally, I really find that the Dollar Tree has some beautiful stuff. And so a couple things that I showed you on one of my videos that I pre-recorded for you were I antiqued some of these flowers that I had gotten at the Dollar Tree. I dunked them all in coffee, hot instant coffee to stain them, and then created this antiquing look on some of their normal silk flowers. I popped in again yesterday. I don't know why, I just felt the need to. And I came up with some delightful stuff. Have you seen I think these are pheasant, but these little greenery sprigs that they have with the pheasants. And then my turkeys have been dropping some feathers, so I have some of those feathers. And then the Dollar Tree also had these wonderful orange and red and green, what are these going to call it? Pomegranate, mini pomegranates. And I'm going to incorporate some of those, okay? I also have at the Dollar Tree, I found a lot of stuff that is really up in my niche area. So we're going to be using a lot of stuff. These are burlap ribbons. This one's got polka dots, and this one's kind of a chevron black and white. What else am I going to be using? Scissors, cutters, this rope, hot glue, and I found some more of these wood chips on my property, and we're gonna turn them into something. So I have a bunch of those, and then I have this. Now, oftentimes when I pop on here and I throw videos together, I throw you guys for a loop. Hopefully this won't be too much of a loop, but I gotta tell you, I've got two plastic red bowls. I have these are all Dollar Tree, these plastic salad bowls. This one, in this case, has got kind of a scalloped edge and it's turquoise. I have 2 of those. And I have 2 of these white bowls. Okay, so this is gonna be kind of a 2-part craft because the patina, I'm gonna show you how to get a really cool patina on these bowls, but I also want you to know that the patina I did personally for my finished products that I'm gonna show you are trademarks that are in the workshop. So if you love it, this is why I'm telling you, please come and support me in the workshop. This is how I'm gonna support my family and give you guys what I'm really, really, really good at besides just crafty decorating stuff. I have some fun stuff to share. So this is what we're gonna be doing. We are going to decorate some of these bowls. Now in this case, I'm going to take these 2 white ones and I'm gonna tell you what I did. I took my hot glue gun and I went around this whole edge here. Very sloppily because it's a narrow edge, but I did it. And I turned them over on themselves like this. And once the glue was not gonna burn me, I smoothed out the glue as best as I can all the way around the edges. Now, once I did that, I took this fun spray paint. I've showed this to you before, you guys. It is Rust-Oleum. It's Rusty Metal Primer. And I am in love with this because this has been a jumping point for me to do Nicole it, as I say. So this is what I want to show you. So it's the Rust-Oleum and it's the metal rusted finish, okay? Right here. Now I sprayed my bowl with it, and then I did some other stuff to it to create what I'm going to show you. But if you wanted to just do the rust alone, when you let it dry, it creates a beautiful rusted look to it. Okay, so this craft is going to be about embellishing the painted and finished product, okay? So I did that with this one. I did it also with these red bowls. Same thing. Just glued them on, just like this. And then this one, I didn't have an extra set of this one, but I just kind of wanted to show you once we get going. I want you to see how these fit together like that. So once you glue it and you fit the scallops together, it looks like this, okay? So once you finish that and you spray paint everything, it begins to look like this, okay? Now, I want to show you this because this was that white one, and I want to show you how I grunged it. Now, this was beyond the spray paint. The spray paint gave you the rusted base, and then, of course, I went in there with all of my painting manipulations that I love to do, and I came up with a recipe to create this rustic, grungy rust look using a combination of some of my own recipes. So that's how I came up with this. Now, we're going to play with decorating this today. So I just wanted to show you these. This right here are these 2 bowls put together. Okay? So this is the way it started. After I finished messing with this technique, I have now a rusted base for making what I want to make. Now, we're going to go crazy from here. Now, I want to cover up my seams, okay? So this is where I thought this burlap would come in. And, you know, for those of you who have been watching some of my videos, you know I like a real grungy, kind of a primitive look. I love laces, antique, anything that kind of takes me back to a more, I don't know. I just like more of a grungy, antique, rustic, ranchy, I don't even know. Boho, ranchy chic, I think somebody told me that's what I was. Who knows? Okay, I'm going to turn this onto the side, and I'm going to add a little bit of glue on this edge about the width of my ribbon. And I'm just going to add my burlap ribbon. So I'm going to let it set so that I can make sure it sets. Just like this. It's hot, the glue. So it's really hot outside. So my glue is kind of going to have a little bit of a struggle setting today, I think, even though I'm in the shade. We'll see how it works out. You know, Okay, let me cut. So all I did was wrap it all the way around, and I'm going to overlap over here so that the burlap fits. Can you see that? See how cool that contrast is with that rustic looking chevron look? I'm going to make sure I pull this super, super tight, and I'm just going to meet the ends together with a little bit of glue. And I have found that when I'm doing this, I need to hold on to my adhesions, like when I put my glue down, because like I said, it's hot out here, depending on the temperature in your room, or if you're outside like me, because I like to craft sometimes outside, especially when the air is finally clear. We've had a lot of fires out here in California. I don't know, it's been rough. The skies have been just filling with this orange yucky smoke, and this is one of the first, I think yesterday it started getting a little better, and today's one of the first days that we've actually seen a clear sky. Last night we had a couple stars. Normally, I'm so far in the mountains that I have a beautiful scarlet night, and I didn't get that this time. Okay, so here we go. So that's all I did, was kind of create just a little bit of a seam cover with a little bit of character. You look, let me see how you guys are doing. I'm sorry, I have to kind of reach way over to see my comments. Hey everybody, I'm grunge too. You know, it's just kind of fun. That's all, it's just kind of fun. All right, here we go. So listen, I went out picking in my, my wood chip pile, because up here in the mountains we do so many falling of trees, and the tree companies are everywhere with wood chips, and so some of us are lucky enough to get the dumpings of those wood chips. So I have a ton of wood chips up here when I spread them out on the ground, and I found these wood chips that are just super cool. I mean, come on, is that not the perfect pumpkin stem? So look at that. Let's see if you can see it better. Look at that. Okay, so I'm going to take my glue, and I am going to apply a ginormous amount of wood glue. My mom said, hey, use the E6000 glue on that. And I thought, you know what, that's a great idea. And then I forgot to bring it out here. So we're going to be using hot glue right now, because honestly, I've already polyurethaned all of this. It's got a coating on the top of it so that I could put this outside if I wanted to. But because I'm going to be using some feathers and some of these silk flowers, I'll probably use this to decorate inside the house on a little subtlety note. Okay, so I'm just going to hold this here until my stem is kind of in place, and one-handedly I'm going to start grabbing some of my flowers, and I'm going to start to build up my stem a little bit. While this glue is nice and tacky, because I put so much on here, these items that I'm going to be shoving in here, and I'm really just pulling the finial off the top of the stem. I'm not using stems, and I'm just going to start to put kind of a foundation layer in my glue. And so I have these berries. I think I may not be able to do this one-handed. Let's see if I'm solid enough. Okay, let me get some of these berries here. I love these little pomegranate berries. They create such a fun little piece to this and color. Okay, so I'm going to drop a little bit more on glue while I'm holding on to my stem. And I'm just going to continue to build up where I can. I just need a couple gusts of cool air. I'm running out of fingers. Let's see how I can do this. So, you know, I like to add a little bit of green in here. So oftentimes what I'll do is, you know, I'll find these little stems that I already pulled off, and I'll just grab the leaves. So I don't know if you can see that right there. I'll just grab the leaves, and I'll actually just kind of use them as a little bit of a filler in here. And you know what it does is it just creates a little more stability for the stem, because I'm attaching things to it, and it covers up your mistakes. It's just a delight. So I can let go. Can you see that? Here, let me move out of the way so you can see the little stem coming up. See that? Okay, it's not quite solid, but it's enough for me to let go. Now I'm just going to be building around it. And every so often I'm going to pull in just a variety of different items, like these beautiful feathers. And I'm going to start wedging things underneath the unevenness of the stem. because, you know, I just pulled it off the ground. It's not like it's a beautiful flat bottom for me to, you know, manipulate as I want. It's very uneven, and so that's why I had to add so much glue. But now the network I'm building around the base is creating a stronger hold for my stem, which is really kind of nice as I build up. I built my foundation on rock. Look at that. Okay. All right, so I just kind of want to fill you in on my little walk I've been on, my faith walk, I guess you want to call it. It's been a lot of house showings, you guys. I've been expressing before how we're on the market and how we switched to a different realtor, and I kid you not, you guys, in the last couple weeks since I haven't been able to do a live, we've had 30 plus showings, sometimes 2-3 a day, where I've literally had to be out of the house. And when I get home with all of the dogs and from all the showings, I am so worn out. And it's been an adventure. I gotta tell you, I don't know. I don't think I'm ever gonna move again. Is that safe to say? We're never moving again. We are going to live in our house forever and ever once we get there. Amen. How about that? All right, so I'm just building it up. Here we go. I'm still waiting for my stem to kind of solidify so I can show you what I have built up so far. I feel like I can't really even move it yet. Okay, here we go. Let me get one more in the back. Oh, I forgot about these beautiful sunflowers. Let me get one of those in there. That'll be a game changer for holding up that stem. Hold on. Okay. All right, so how's everybody doing? Is everybody safe and well? Okay, let me show you. Look at that. Look at how cute. Okay, so that's where we're at so far. Now, this is such a big pumpkin that I really want to build it out a little bit more. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to, now that my stem is solid in there, I've got a couple things that are holding it tight. I'm going to start bringing in some more of the big wigs to get in here and really embellishing it. And then I want to show you when I'm done with this one, and I want to show you some of the others that I came up with those other bowls. Okay. Oh, I just love it. These are my colors. It's very rustic. I can't tell you how excited I was to get going for fall decorations. Next month is going to be me just going berserko with fall decorations. Between, I gotta say, Christmas and patriotic, fall is my next obsession with decorating. Okay, I'm gonna let these sit for a second because, you know what, we need another, actually we need my turkey feather. Where'd my turkey feather go? Come on, little guy, where'd you go? Did I drop it? Did it fall? Oh, it did, it fell down, hang on. Okay, so my turkeys are starting to really drop their feathers, and they're getting so big. I'm gonna post some pictures. I took some pictures earlier of my Tom and him, you know, with his feathers, and then next to the rooster. You guys, they're beautiful. They're beautiful. Okay, there we go. Here we go. I'm going to put one more berry in there with it, and I think this one might be somewhat done. Okay. All right, let me get some stuff out of the way so you can see this, because I think this is just adorable. Now, I also want to show you some of the other ones that I did that we're going to do a couple more things on. Let me get this stuff out of the way. Okay, so I also did this one. I want to show you how cute they look together. I'm hoping you can see this because, you know, we're on my cell phone. So here's another one that I did. What do you think? Look at that. I want you to see the rusting. So we're going to add a little bit more to this seam right here, but I really want you to see that rusting technique. Okay, there's another one. Now, just so you have a frame of reference, I'm not kidding you, this is the transformation. You see these red bowls right here where I told you we were going to put those together? This is those red bowls. Okay, with the patina that I was able to create, creating an authentic rusting. Let me show you one more. I made another one, a tiny one. I'll take pictures of these so you can see the color a little bit better. Let's get that stem in there. Okay, this one, right here. Can you see that? This is that bright red. I know everybody has seen this. That bright red colander, that mini colander that says Betty Crocker across it at the Dollar Tree. Look at how cute that turned out for a rusted little pumpkin. So I will probably display these in the trio like this. I want to kind of show you how it's going to look. I'll put this one down and then I'll switch the camera around, but let's embellish these guys a little bit too, right now. Okay, so this is also from the Dollar Tree. I tell you, I got a lot of really cute things yesterday, and I just kind of dreamt about what I would do with them. And this is the explosion that I had, the dreaming explosion. Okay, I want to add a little bit of rope to make it a little bit more rustic-y around the outside, and so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little bit of glue just along the seam, so it's not the seam you see, but in fact it'll be the rope. And so for me, it's just going to take it to another little bit of a grungy rusticness to it, because right now it just looks like a big metal ball. Okay, don't go rolling anywhere. Let me set you aside. Okay, let me get some of this glue off here. So I want you to see how it's starting to look. Can you see the rope? Okay, and so now that I feel like, hold on a second. So I was going to do the tutorial on the other side of the table because there was more shade over there, and the sun moved so quickly over the top of my umbrella, and I still had my glue gun glued into the other side, so I was fighting my glue gun the whole time I was trying to squeeze some glue on here. Okay. So I'm just going to go all the way around the edges. You know, the hardest thing about this whole project was the gluing, because, you know, you're really trying to get the glue to set on a narrow space. And I think I had my glue gun set on high, which has made it a little bit more of a challenge because I burned my hand a lot more on high. Okay, so I'm coming around the backside where I'm going to meet up. I'm going to get a little closer, and then I'm going to cut my rope so that I'm not messing with it too much as I come closer to the other side. Just be careful with your drips, kind of cleaning up as you go when you're safe to wipe with your finger on the hot glue. Okay, look at that. Isn't that cute? Just something a little subtle and rustic. I'm going to go ahead and cut this so that I am even with my seam back here. What I mean by that is on my back edge here, all I did was kind of measure it to where the end was going to go, and then I cut it. And so then I'm just going to add a little bit of this glue just along there so that it meets evenly at the end of the rope. Just like that. Okay? Just like that. See that? Okay, let me put this one down here, because then I'm going to flip the camera around. I'm going to show you what they look like in the sun with different lighting on them. Okay, let me bring this one around too. Now, I had thought about on this little guy doing my polka dots, just like that. And I kind of felt like that was really sweet and cute. So I think I'm going to do the polka dots on this one. Same type of thing. I'm just going to come in here and put a little bit of glue on here and start my seam. And as soon as it's solid, I'll wrap my polka dots around and match them with the other side. Now, after we get off this video, what I'll do is I'll take little bits of glue and I'll kind of tack it down on the other side so it's not flapping up. Does that make sense? All right, so let me bring it around like this. And I'm going to just cut it where it overlaps a little bit. So you see that edge right there? I want it to overlap a little bit because I find that fabric sticks way better to itself when you're doing projects like this. And so I like to just kind of do a little bit. Oh, that breeze feels so good, you guys. Gosh darn, that feels good. You know, fall's in the air here. The acorns. I don't know how many people are kind of folklore type people, but you know, when I lived in the Bay Area and I lived in the city, we didn't pay attention to folklore. It was like whatever the weatherman said was kind of what we lived by. And now that I'm up here on the mountain, there's an intense Miwok Indian population. There's a lot of mountain folklore up here that a lot of the ranchers go by, and a lot of my mountaineer friends go by. And, you know, in the beginning, I was kind of like Farmer's Almanac, mountain folklore. I didn't know what to believe, but I tell you what, they were more accurate on the weather. And every year when they tell me, like the dogwoods, I think you've heard me before, when the dogwoods are in bloom and the last snow hits the dogwood blooms were done with winter. It's happened every year. Every year. Well, this year the acorns are dropping already. And so I am firmly convinced we're going to be getting an early winter. Okay. All right. So here we go. Look at how cute. It's just so subtle. Okay. Let me put this down here because I want to show you my dear ones. Okay. Let me figure out how to flip. All right. Look at how cute it looks. Look at that. Now, it's not entirely in the sun. Let me see if I can just get it a little bit more in the sun so you guys can see the rust. And there's glue. You guys know what crafting looks like. I'll go back and check out all the glue and put these in place. But then I want you to see them in the sun. So let me just kind of show you how it looks with them kind of in the sun. Okay, there. Can you see it a little bit better? They're very subtle. They're lightweight. They're just super cute. And you guys, those were plastic bowls. Come on, can I get a whoop whoop? Look at how cute those are. Those were all plastic bowls. Okay, little sneak peek at my ranch. And back to Nicole. And here I am. I'm so happy to see you guys. Let me see how everybody's doing. Okay, let's see here. Leaves are barely falling in a breeze here in Tennessee. Oh my goodness. We've had locusts for about 2 locusts. Kind of go by that. I'm in the panhandle of Oklahoma. Oh my gosh, you guys. Well, we're in fire season. So we've been, you know, you've probably been hearing it all over the news. So, okay, now I'm sweating and it's hot. All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to put this back down on my little rock so I can chat with you guys. So here's the deal. I will be on possibly later on tonight, possibly twice tomorrow, and definitely twice Saturday. So I'll be on during the day on Saturday to remind you guys of when to be there and when to be on. And because I've got some fun stuff. So, okay, now here's the little sidekick too, because I have to do a disclaimer. During all this stuff in July, I ordered all the supplies I needed for my Craftathon project. It's going to be adorable. And I ordered it in mid-July. It shipped out on the 22nd of July, and USPS has lost my package. So I had to call in a favor, and I got one of the 3 templates that I was going to be using for my Craftathon project. She sent me hers, and so Saturday I'm going to be working out my backup plan. So you guys, it would be really great to see you, to get the support I need for going live. And like I said, I will be live on my page, the page you found me on today. I will be live at 7:40 Pacific Standard Time. You will be able to see me no matter what. If you want to see all the presenters, you've got to go into fallcraftathon.com to sign up for Miss Melanie Ferguson's VIP group for Southern Crush at Home. Okay? So that's how you see everybody. But if you just want to come and check it out and then jump into her group, you can do that too. But there's going to be like 50-something, 60 presenters. I'm telling you, it's not something you want to miss. It only happens 4 times a year. Don't forget the workshop is closing. If you want to get in at the $17, get in now because the price goes up in 2 months when I reopen it. Okay, I love you guys. I'm going to go because I'm sweating and it's not going to be ladylike and it's not going to look good on camera. And, okay, I'll see you all later. I'm so happy to be back. Okay, I love you guys. Have a good day and choose to be joyful. There's always joy to be had. See you soon. Bye.